What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Quintessential Casino. Hopefully you've seen Quintessential Cuisine, our cooking show on my YouTube channel. Go to YouTube. Joel Gertner is the name of the YouTube channel. You can subscribe there. Quintessential Cuisine's a cool show. I do it with Squeeze. Very honeymooners-istic kind of vibe. Honeymooners 2019. Squeeze gives as good as she gets. We go back and forth. It's great fun that we have sniping and snipping at each other. And in the process, we cook some tasty food. There's also... And off camera left, there's something here in the studio that I think... We'll take care of that afterwards. Meanwhile, speaking of Behind the Blue Apron, I was going to tell you about Behind the Blue Apron, another show that we do on my YouTube channel, Joel Gertner. It's an unboxed show, and it's all of the ingredients that go into Quintessential Cuisine. So you watch an episode of Behind the Blue Apron, the unboxed show, and you'll see the ingredients for the 3 upcoming episodes of Quintessential Cuisine. We are right now at 595 subscribers for the YouTube channel. We know that this gets a good few hundred views immediately right off the bat Sunday night when we do one, for example, on a Sunday night live at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. We know that 100, 200, 300 people do view it right away, and we really do appreciate you taking the time to watch this right now. If every one of you guys who don't yet subscribe to the YouTube channel would go ahead and do that, that would put us well over 600, hopefully over 700 subscribers as we inch towards that milestone of 1,000 that is very, very important to get to. You can do YouTube Live and a few other things once you get to 1,000. So please do hit us up on our YouTube channel.
Anthony Garrity said, "Hola Stub Muffin, you should try It's Fresh, Hello Fresh, better than Blue Apron."
Thank you for the suggestion. Did we get HelloFresh once back in the day? A few years ago?
A long time ago.
We tried a sample or something, right?
Yeah.
We did.
We're doing this for our diets.
We liked it. We're on Blue Apron because they have a linkage with Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers has certain recipes, and they put together the whole recipe, and then Blue Apron sources it. So we are not adverse to trying a different company. But for the time being, we're going to stick with Blue Apron as well. But thank you, Anthony. Appreciate that. So please subscribe. That would be great. Most importantly, not only subscribe, but also view the content. All of the content that's up, the cooking shows, the unbox shows. We have a few of these lottery type shows. We put up a bunch of different stuff, and everything that's up is free. So all you have to do is click on it, and you're seeing quality, exclusive content. It is free, so enjoy to your heart's content. So it's not just the subscribers that are important for us to have so that our channel keeps growing, but it's also views and time spent watching the content. So all you have to do, you've got the easy job, all you have to do is enjoy it. We are going to play these 2 games from the great state of Maine. What was this? This was like Memorial Day weekend? Mm-hmm. I was at StarCast, the most recent one, in Vegas. You and Melissa were in New
Portland.
England. Yep. We played the New Hampshire tickets that you brought home last time, and we're playing Maine this time. We've got a 10x the cash, a $2 card, and we've got a $3 Maine crossword card. More details on that when we get to it. We're going to play that one second. Usually on these crosswords, I don't know, man. Sometimes you'll get 3, 4 different words that could pertain very easily to professional wrestling. I was looking over this card yesterday, taking pictures of it for social media to promote this show, and unfortunately there's only one word on here that really has any kind of pertinence to professional wrestling, so that's kind of sad. But
Joe Bruin said, "Yes, one of my favorite videos to watch on Facebook. Keep it up,
love
guys."
you, Joe Bruin. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Have you seen the cooking shows, Joe Bruin?
Joe, like we were saying, the YouTube channel is a lot of fun, so hopefully you're checking that out as well. But yeah, these are from your neck of the woods, a little bit north of you though, right? State of Maine. Yeah. This is what, about as far north as you can get in the United States without going to Canada, right? Kind of. Essentially, northeast, right?
Portland is considered South Maine, actually.
Relatively. But compared to Brooklyn,
Maine, if
it's
you looked
quite
at a
up
map
north,
at
isn't it?
Maine, like, it's like a 8-hour drive to the top of Maine. So it's a big state.
Not quite Dixieland,
No.
but as far as Maine goes, Portland is south, and that's where you guys were. You guys were in Portland, Maine.
Yes.
What was good out there? Lobster
Joe
rolls?
Bruin hasn't checked it out, but he certainly will.
Thank you, Joe. Please do subscribe. It's called Joel Gertner on YouTube. It's the Joel Gertner YouTube channel. You can search for it there. We'll put up a link later tonight, too. Really, really wanting to blast through 600 subscribers and get closer to 7 or 750 because the short-term goal is 1,000 subscribers. So please, let's do what we can to get us there. $2 card, 10x the cash, and then a $3 Maine crossword. You know what we scratch these off with? We scratch these off with some Lincoln Head cents, otherwise known as pennies to you and me. These pennies are from 1909 to 1940. And these are the more modern and recent pennies from 1941 on out into current. If somebody out there would like to pick a year any year, a year in history, a year in the life, a year to remember, a year made up of 4 digits, the first one being a 1, the second one being a 9. I'll wait. Nobody yet? Don't be shy, folks.
1969 said Kenny Casanova.
Kenny Casanova won 69. Summer of 69. 69. Let's see if I got some 69 in here. Yeah. I got a couple of them. Looks like I've got a 69 and I've got a 69D from Denver. I'm going to pop out this one in the middle here.
Brian Mickabee said 1984, the year I was born.
That might be a little too recent. If I have those, I don't know if I have them in the book. But for Kenny Casanova, I do have not an S from San Francisco, not a D from Denver, but from the Maine corporate home office, I do have an exactly half-century old. Check out this bad boy. 50 years of mileage on this one. This is your
It's too dark to
1969.
see it,
Too
really.
dark to see, right? Not great condition. I'll bet you I could get a 69 in better condition. All right, we got a $2 card called 10x the cash. Here's how you play this one. This is kind of the way you play most of them, right? There are these 2 coins that you see on your left-hand side, and then there are 10 of our numbers. So there's 2 winning numbers, and then there are 10 of our numbers. Of course, if we match numbers to numbers, we will win the prize underneath. You can win up to all 10 times on this card. You can win up to $20,000 on this card. And match any of your numbers to either winning number, win prize shown, get a 10x symbol, win 10 times the prize shown. So that's it. Those are all the rules. Match the number to the number, win the prize, or if you get 10x, you win 10 times what it says the prize is.
Marky Mark says evening pedal.
Oh, hello, Petto.
Randy Stein said hi from
I
Delray.
think that's Freddie Mercury, isn't it?
Randy Stein said hi from Delray, Florida. Any chance we see you involved with the new AEW? Your friend Randy.
Thank you, Randy. I would love that. I am the wrong person to ask. The right people to ask would be AEW. And absolutely feel free to vote early and vote often on that one. Let them know that you would like to see the Quintessential Stud Muffin, or perhaps simply the talents of Joel Gertner, whatever those might be. 44 years old in 4 weeks, and I'm still trying to figure all that out myself. Let's see. Winning number 7. It's right in that coin. It's not kind of out of place. I once had somebody, you know, they're kind of conspiracies, right? Like, oh, if the ticket number's high, ticket number's low. If the game number ends in this, game number ends in that. Somebody once told me that if the placement of the numbers is kind of exactly, crisply, sharply where it should be, that's a good sign. And if the placement is kind of like off-centered, then that's not a good sign. I don't know that there's anything to that or not. I do know that this 7 is pretty close to smack dab in the middle of where it needed to be. And under the 7, we will find. Let me tell you, when I'm not doing this on camera, when I'm doing it myself, random number, which isn't very frequently lately, but random number generator, and I'll assign each of these, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I will not necessarily open the winning numbers first. I'll just completely randomize it so that I'll be mixing up the winning numbers with my numbers. It's a lot of fun when you win that way, too.
Marky Mark said we need to go for 11s again.
We do, love.
And Kenny Casanova said, what is the most ever won on this quote-unquote show? I think it was $5, right? On a
we
ticket.
won
10?
The first 2 times we played were both $2 tickets.
But 10 on one
and
ticket?
I think $2 came in for 10, and then $2 came in for 2. I think we did get a $10 winner. Because I brought 2 tickets back, and it was $12, and I think it was 10 and 2. So 10. 10 would be the most on a $2 card. So far. But we've got some pretty beautiful numbers. We've got a 7 and we've got a 9. 9 being very lucky for me and Squeeze here in the household. 9 is a lucky number. Hopefully tonight it will be. 11, wonderful, brilliant number. A beautiful Cinnabon brunch in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, with my friend. We had a lovely time. So 7 and 9, folks. So we've got these $10 signs, and if any of them come in as a 7, a 9, or a 10x, we are in business. Let's scratch this one right here, top center. It is a 16. Down here and to the left of it, there is a 19. To the left of that, we find a 5. 3 boxes down, 7 boxes to go. No win yet. Over here, off to the right-hand side of the ticket, camera right, we've got a 4. Up above the 4, we've got a 12, and now half the ticket's spent, and no win yet. We'll play over here, and we'll scratch a 14. In the 1 spot, we'll scratch a 24. And now we have $3 signs left, but no doll hairs in the kitty. We will scratch right over here, bottom center, for a 13. We will scratch top right most for a 23. Great for Michael Jordan, but I want to be like Mike and be able to have some money and give some to charity, and not today unless we hit with an 18, which we surely don't. I don't see any 10x symbols. I don't see any 7s. I don't see any 9s. So I will let you guys do a final quality control on that. But if this is a losing ticket, we're going to slide it aside. It is going to be a pass.
Randy Stein said, if first prize were Gino's Pizza, oh my God. Randy.
Yeah, you can almost smell Gino's Pizza from here. It's right down the avenue, about 4 blocks.
And Kenny Casanova said 10X is the t-shirt size of most AEW fans.
There we go. That's nice. You know what was nice? Do you remember, brother, last time we did this a couple weeks ago? Good friend stopped in and said on a ticket we were playing, if this ticket should happen to lose, put it aside, sign that losing ticket, and I will contribute $10 to St. Jude's for the losing ticket. We did exactly that with one of our 2 New Hampshire tickets. He's going to honor his word. We're going to honor our word. It's going to be beautiful. And we do have an auction coming up in the days to come.
In September.
Well, in very early September. It may even be tied to Labor Day. We want to make sure as many people are home and can be a part of the auction as possible. So as early as next week or a week and a half or 2 weeks from now, keep your eye out for a wrestling merchandise related. This is the auction we've been talking about. This is the one that is semi-annual to one we did. We did it was a baseball card one in February that we did on Twitter. We sent $200 to St. Jude's, and we want that. Every dollar counts. We don't, you don't want to measure when you're giving to charity, but if this isn't uncouth to say, we want that $200 that we gave on behalf of 5 or 6 different people who bought baseball cards in the auction. We want that to be a pittance, a drop in the ocean compared to what we do with this wrestling merchandise auction that we are doing very, very soon. In the event, the outside chance that we do it before we do the next one of these, please keep your eyes here on my Facebook and please be a part of the auction. We hope to send hundreds of dollars once again to St. Jude Children's Hospital. This is the Maine crossword. Here in New York, they call it cash word. Some states call it cash word. Some states call it crossword. This is
it's
a
Roosh.
$3 crossword. Yes, true. Susan found that if we stretch it, there are indeed two different wrestling-related terms. As rush may not be rush, it may be lucha libre and ROH superstar Roosh. In addition to Roosh, there is over, as in get over,
Longevity.
go over, put over.
Longevity.
Longevity? Mm-hmm. Longevity's like a color commentator, like a Gorilla Monsoon term, right? Like, oh, that's not going to be good for his career longevity. But yeah. So over and Roosh and perhaps longevity, a lot of cool words, not a lot of wrestling related words. Sometimes you get a New York cash word, I swear, like 4 of it, like bell, ring, like it's all, they really go heavy on it. Not so much on this one, but you know what? Hopefully unlucky in wrestling terminology, lucky in the amount of money that we are able to send to St. Jude's and do some good with. So let's see what's going on.
Kenny said, any chance of a quick pick episode at a pub?
That would be fun, wouldn't it? That's something to consider. Oh my gosh. Kenny, what'd you do? While Kenny was talking, I unveiled a Z. Oh, one of the worst, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't Z one of the worst letters you can
Yeah,
use?
but we're getting it out of the way early, right?
Right. It was going to be there anyway, so just get it out of the way early, right?
Correct.
Let's just see on the outside chance, are there any Z's on this thing? Nary one. Nary a Z. I scratched a code letter. So I may have an idea that we, I don't know. I will keep my mouth shut, but I scratched a little code letter. Do you guys know about the little code letters? How sometimes you don't even really need to play the game if you scratch the little code letters, and if they make like a denomination. Keep watching, and you'll learn about the code letters. But I'm not really going to put the code letter over. I'm actually going to cover it. I'm going to cover the code letter. The actual letter is D. So we've got a D, and there is a D in expedite. And that is it. There is an I. You know what? Maybe the code letters work differently in Maine than they do in New York, right? Who even knows? Maybe people in Maine are watching and they're like, code letter? Those letters don't mean anything. They do here. We will tell you all about that. Keep watching. Oh, there are a lot of eyes on this ticket, man. Kenny Casanova, little delayed good luck charm. 2 letters later,
Kenny Casanova said that I'm laughing at the D, very inconsiderate.
Put over that D. Marvel at the D. Gosh. Man, there's a lot of eyes on this one. Good night, nurse. Schnikes. I don't even know if I got them all. Anybody see any eyes that I didn't get?
Nope,
That's
you
it? You got
got
him? That's a good one. All right. He's next. An R. Oh my gosh. This ticket's doing great. Bun, we haven't won on one of these in a while, right? On Quintessential Cuisine. We came out the gate hot, like the first 2 or something we won, but we've been in a dry spell, right? Mm-hmm. All right. R in rush, or roosh. R in terminal. R in over. R in gray. R in drive. We have the D, R, and the I in drive. R in turnip. R in answer. Wow. R. Now, here's how you know it's Maine and not New York. Look at this word down the left-hand side. I dare anybody to tell me what a trivet is. If you can tell me what a trivet is, I will give you a digital pat on the back. And an Interwebs cookie. You know, speaking of stuff being centered, this ticket is a little bit off center. L. L's good for terminal and longevity. L is good for yell. Double, double. L is good for... I think we got him. W. W's hit or miss on these. There's a W in answer, and I think that might be it. Can you QC this for W?
Move your finger. I think you got on W. Adam Lee said, last name Trivet. It's of early medieval origin and is locational, being found mainly in the West Country. However spelt, it is said to derive from a contracted form of the place name, Trevethik, or as is often the case with Old Cornish surnames, from a now lost or unrecorded place called Trevet or Trevet with an E or Trevet with an I.
I mean, is it a word? I mean, does it belong in a crossword?
Steven Spradlin said Trevet is a city in Maine. And
is
Trevet
really a city in... Okay, then
and
that
Adam
works.
Lee is crying, laughing.
You're crying, laughing, Adam Lee?
And Adam Lee is said,
over the fact that they put
told me.
Trevet on one... Huh?
Adam Lee said, Google told me.
Well, now you know.
Steven Spradlin said, it's a village in the city of Boothby. Boothby?
In Maine.
Yes.
Look at that. All right. So we've got everything so far? We're doing well.
I think so.
I had to say we were doing well. You know what? There is an X. Golly. Good night, nurse. There's an X in expedite. How about that? All right.
Kenny Casanova said, it's not the guy who hosts Jeopardy. That's
Alex,
Trebek. Trebek.
That's not what your mom said last night, Trebek. There's a Y. There's a Y in gray. There's a Y in longevity and yell. Hey, what if I told you if we get an E, we have the word yell, and we have our first word? And
Corey,
3 words brings back in our $3.
Corey J. Whitetrack said, let's see the front. You mean of the card? This is the card.
Promising so far, isn't it? Halfway through, it looks nice, right? Could be worse.
Yeah.
Could be worse. I'm liking it. But then again, I've seen one of these code letters, and it's one that shows up in prize codes here in New York. We'll teach you all about that. Just keep watching.
Tom Johnson, you're doing well.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Tom. Love that. Love that enthusiasm. You are a good luck charm for us with a letter F, which is a happy letter from... Are there really no Fs on this card? Is that possible? You're still our good luck charm, Tom. No Fs on this card.
Corey J. Whitetrack said, I like the gimmick.
But that F led to an A, and these things are always stinky with A's. Like, you can trust your Wheel of Fortune RSTLNE all day long. You can thump your Bible. You can say you're Austin 3:16. But the same way RSTLNE shows up on Wheel of Fortune bonus rounds, the A is a big deal on these tickets. There's an A in Bath. There's an A in Terminal. There's an A in gray. As a matter of fact, all we need is the G in gray, and we've got another word there. There's an A in Paris, France. There's a couple of A's in appeal. And
Corey
there's an A
said,
in answer.
better than a boring traditional lottery ticket.
Better, right? We have 8 letters left. There are 8 letters that remain that are uncovered. 10 letters have been uncovered. So slightly more than half of the ticket has been played, and you can see the crossword progress. I think we're looking pretty good. For 8 letters left, I think we're looking okay. A K for Kenny Casanova. For Kenny, anyway. There's a K in hike. I think that's the only K. All right, we'll keep going. An S. Oh, there's a ton of S's on this thing. Look what we're about to do. There's an S in rouge. There's an S in use. There's an S in answer. More importantly, there's an S in Paris. And if we get the P in Paris, we have a word. We have 6 letters left to uncover. 12 down, 6 to go. Time to do some quick QC. Are there any letters that I haven't scratched open that I should have?
Your finger is blocking some of it.
Are there any letters that I haven't scratched open that I should have scratched open based on the 12 that we've unopened? We good?
I'm looking. It takes a while. There's a lot of letters there. I think you're good.
All right, let's take this bad boy home. M as in the state of Maine. Terminal and him both have an M. Item has an M.
Do we have our first word yet?
And that's that. We do not have our first word yet.
Bummer.
We do not. We have an E, though. E in terminal. E in over. Couple of E's in engine. Couple of E's in trivet. Expedite's got 3 E's. Appeal has an E. Oh, we do have our first word now. Check out that bottom right corner. Or bottom left,
Yell?
yeah?
Yell.
Yeah, in your bottom left corner.
Sweet. So we have 4 letters left, huh?
Yeah. We have a U, which means we have the word use. Check out the top right. Or top left. How is it for you? Is it
Top left.
for you? Use is top left. See, for me, it's not left because this is my left, right?
So we have 2 words. So we need 3 words to get $3, huh?
Yeah, we need
We
one
need one
more
more.
to break even. Let's see what else that U does for us, though. We're not done on the U. There's a U in turnip. All right, so we have 3 letters left, and we are currently sitting at 2 words. If we get to 3 words, this card will be worth $3.
Kenny Casanova said this ticket is like hours of entertainment.
Hours. I could stretch this out for days.
Oh, yeah, you could. You need a new camera person, though.
There's a B in Bath. And that's that. T-H-O-N-C-V-G. I'm just trying to see all these letters that we have not opened up yet. All right, 2 letters left, folks. There's an O. That's a good sign. There's an O in once. There's an O in over. Now all we need is the V for over. But that's it on the O's.
Corey said, cut a promo on this ticket.
I'm gonna cut a promo on this ticket when I rip it up. I'm gonna cut a promo on this nasty ticket. Yeah, man. J. Of course, the last one on the end spot. See that one? Is that camera bottom right? The J? Yeah, and there's no J, and there usually isn't. J, Q, X are all real shisty letters to get. You'll know your card's a real Shiza Fiesta if you have. That's the kind of trinity right there. The J, the Q, the X. The Z usually doesn't help anybody either. I don't think there are any J's here. I think the only words that we got were use and yell. We're going to QC.
Corey said swerve.
Swerve. Here's why. Now, if you've held on, though, through the suspense, here's why I thought we were in the money. Above the D and the S, does everybody see the little N, as in Nancy?
Yes.
That I accidentally scratched off when I scratched the D.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with that N, at least here in New York, is that there are 3 little letters. And if the 3 spell O-N-E, you've got a $1 ticket on your head. F-I-V, you've got 5. T-E-N, you've got 10. So every now and again, if I accidentally scratch an N as a code letter, it could mean that the ticket will come back, if it's a $1 ticket, as a $1 ticket winner, or whatever denomination, it could be coming back as a $10 winner. So I thought when I scratched that N that there was a pretty good chance that this might be a $10 ticket. Unfortunately, that is not the case. Not our luck today. The dry spell continues. The losing streak, our transgressions continue. However, next time we are with you, we are going to stay in New England, just like we did New Hampshire last time and just like we did Maine this time. A couple of weeks after Memorial Day, I believe it was in June. I believe it was June, July, but it was a couple of months ago. We were in Rhode Island for Joseph Bruin's big New England pro wrestling convention. And on our way home, on our way out of town, we stopped at a gas station, stopped at the Mart, excuse me, and I picked up $15 worth of Rhode Island lottery. $15 worth of Rhode Island lottery is what we are going to scratch next time. So as fun as this was, with $5 of Maine lottery, make sure you come back next time because we will have multiple tickets on the table as we play our Rhode Island lottery tickets. Thank you guys
Jenny
so much
Casanova
for watching.
said, are there any scratch-off tickets in other countries? Not other countries, other states only.
I'm not sure. Are there?
No. Indiana, Rhode Island.
Oh, for us.
Chicago.
But in general.
Oh, I have no idea.
Interesting question.
No idea.
If you're watching from overseas, send us some tickets from other countries. We'll gladly play them. Until next time, thank you guys for watching.